The next context we're going to look at is a push back into this 5-minute LVN. So we have a move up here above this high, but we're inside of sell areas because of all of this and this big flush through here. This context is relatively straightforward. We have a push up here above the 34 level is into the ILVN, so somewhere around right there. We have a big push up here. And if we just look to mark these levels of extreme buying on the 1-second chart, we see that this has reclaimed this entirely, and simply selling inside of that would have been good. Perfect entry right there. And then also, if we're taking a look at how to sell that with confluence, we have a failure here, and then we have an immediately profitable sell level on the 1-second right there. This one was not immediately profitable, but selling here to the double bottom would have net us 10 points or more. This push up here would have implied that this is possibly broken. There's a lot of buying inside of that. We can see that that fails and pukes down. If we're looking at the relationship between these, we have a sell level here that was relatively profitable, but then it gets broken above here. This becomes support. Once that breaks below, the market flushes. The best trade here would have simply been selling that, which is the failure of this big push up with confluent 1-second volume coming in. That implies there's weakness up here. The market does shoot back around up and through that. However, it ultimately stalls and moves down. One of the other things to look at that was worth noting, and is worth noting now, is that these levels of support actually occur at the failed sell areas. So this is one here. I think this is the one. And you can see that the market bounces around and stalls inside of that. So if we had sold this flip inside of this LVN, because remember above 34 we're inside of that, they push below this. Forgot to mention this. This is actually really important. A push below this is the first sign of weakness. So we have a push up, this 1-second chart, a new low, a new low, a new low. That implies that the support here is not very strong. And then had we sold right here at this sell area, that would have allowed us a move down to here. If we were trying to trade this for reversal all the way through, it would have worked hitting here, which is the next big 1-second failure level. It would have worked and hit that exactly, except for this stalling throughout here. So this would have been the first take profit level, and this would have been the second take profit level. Those take profit levels are the failures of these big pushes on the 1-second chart, where there's trap shorts theoretically, and in practice it appears that the market responded to those. So above 34 was the previous high into the 5-minute ILV or LVN. Multiple pushes below this is weakness, and once there's weakness in there, we can look to sell for a move down here. This support at this level did not hold inside of this inverted buy area, so we could have sold around there for another move back down to here. Also a really great trade. So the inversion of this buy attempt, selling there, move down to there, 40 points. Immediate entry in this resistance area with micro time frame flip and also trading time frame flip, trying to sell that at some level of resistance. Once we have multiple lows there, that market's stalling and trickling lower. Remember, the context is a bigger move down. Attempt to hold that there, fails. Once that fails, we could sell really in any of these as long as these are holding, with the target being inside of this. This, meaning the failed 1-second push down here. Ultimate target, failed 1-second push down here. and the market reverses that. Big puke, the market reverses that.